DeSantis and Newsom, when that debate took place. Okay.
Oh my gosh, people were erupting with fury because Harris thought that Newsom was stealing her thunder. Behind the scenes, Harris World was pissed off. People were ripping their hair out. They were so mad at Newsom. Newsom World and Harris World, they hate each other.
Really?
Absolutely.
And they're in the same area, though. So right now they're talking about...
That's the problem. Because now Harris is thinking about running for governor. And Harris... Oh, and did you see Newsom has a new podcast to rehabilitate his image because the California fires basically set his career on fire? He still very much wants to run for president.
I mean, it's very obvious that his ambitions are to be the president of the United States. There's no question about that.
If you were to open up a dictionary and look up used car salesman, you know whose picture would be there? Gavin Newsom. Like, literally. Wow. He's just like the embodiment of that.
There's a lot of big dealership in Sacramento. They may be calling him.
Exactly. And his team reached out to me 3 years ago because they know I'm a fundraiser. These senators and congressmen, before I jumped ship, of course, they would hit me up on a daily basis, begging me for money or begging me to host them. I've hosted Senator Tammy Duckworth, Josh Shapiro, like so many members of Congress. Oh, and then Ted Lieu comes over a few days before Biden drops and tells me, oh, there's no way Biden is going to drop. And Biden's definitely going to win because of abortion. And I'm like, oh my God, this is like a Democratic leader with the poorest prognostic skills I've ever heard. But I love you, Ted, if you're listening.
But when this was happening with Newsom and DeSantis, do you think both sides, because DeSantis is people don't like Trump. I mean, it's where it's at right now in the state of Florida.
The governor thinks
Byron Donalds, you know, Trump is endorsing him, but Ron wants his wife Casey to run, right? So there's also that, you know, where Ron thinks he's a better leader fit to be a president than President Trump was. The question is, do you think this was going on behind closed doors while you're doing fundraising, pre-Kamala being in there, because they were trying to find a way to get Biden out for Newsom to come in? Did those talks at all take place or no?
Newsom was always out there because in his mind, he always thought there was going to be a possibility that Biden wouldn't make it to the end.
He knew that.
He knew that.
And how do you know that he knew that?
Because, as I mentioned, his team reached out to me 3 years ago preparing for it.
2022, 2021, they reached out.
2022. Yeah. I remember. They slipped into my DMs asking me to fundraise. Why would you? Bear in mind, I live in Pennsylvania, okay? So if you're reaching out to me, it's because you have national ambitions. I'm a national fundraiser.
And you're in a very important state.
Exactly.
Right. Wow. So they reached out in 2022, interest of you possibly fundraising for,
exactly.
Did they say for him or for somebody?
Oh, it was a member from Newsom's team, yes.
And they specifically said...
And I'll tell you who it is off air. I just want to protect people's privacy. But this is for they didn't say presidential campaign. But if you're going to elevate your finance operation, it's for the like, what is he going to run for? National dog catcher?
Yeah. No, for sure. I mean, that's the part where, you know, when it was happening, I mean, obviously... Was there talks of Biden or others or, you know, Nancy Pelosi, Schumer trying to get rid of Kamala in a way because they knew she didn't stand a chance to win, to have more like someone like this running?
Yes, that's why Pelosi wanted a lightning primary. Obama initially wanted somebody like Mark Kelly. He was vetting somebody like him, the astronaut dude that
of course.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So Biden inadvertently did something brilliant. He fumbled his way into something smart. By picking Kamala, he insulated himself from getting booted out. If he had picked anyone who was even marginally better, they would have removed him months before. Because she was so weak, everyone was left in a catch-22. Do you understand what I'm saying? He picked the worst possible person. I don't know if it was like a Freudian move at that point, but by picking her, he ensured that he would not be removed because everyone knew how bad she was.
Wow. So picking a terrible number two that will never be able to outshine the boss, which is
and it
Joe
worked
Biden.
for a while. And what
she was horrible. I mean, the border. I mean, were there talks about how to would there be conversations behind closed doors of, okay, here's how they're going to attack us. This is what we're going to say. Here's how they're going to attack the top three issues. They're going to do, border, they're going to attack this, they're going to attack that. We're going to say this. Were those types of anticipation of what could happen with Kamala?
Yeah. Well, she fucked up so badly that she stopped. Did you notice that she disappeared for like a year? So after she fucked up on the border, and then she was given civil rights, those are her 2 agenda items. And then she did an interview, I think it was with Lester Holt, and she was laughing about it. And she's like, oh, I didn't go to Europe either. Like when they asked her, why didn't she go to the border? It was a very flippant and disrespectful answer. After those forays into the media world, she took a step back because she was so afraid of saying the wrong thing. So for about a year, she only did the most friendliest interviews. She only went into friendly territory because it was just so bad. She wasn't ready for prime time. But I must say that she did get progressively better, but never to the level required of a president. And I'm just so sad because I fully believe that women are capable of being a president, but she set back our cause. Because the Democrats are certainly not going to nominate a woman again. It's more like, here's my prediction, Pat. It's more likely that there's going to be a Republican female president first than a Democratic one.
I don't know if I disagree because they're 0-2 now. Right?
Exactly.
They're 0-2. And I'm sure if there's one person that didn't want Kamala to win behind closed doors, it's Hillary Clinton. There's no way Hillary sees Kamala as being the first female president than her.
Also, there's somebody else.
Who else?
Gretchen Whitmer, who's fucking pissed.
Why?
Because first of all, there's no way that she would have been VP because America wouldn't have accepted 2 women. So she was not on the short list. And she obviously wants to be the president.
Have you spent time with her?
She asked me to host her in Philadelphia in 2022. It didn't happen here's why it didn't happen. Because do you remember when something exploded, a pipeline exploded in Michigan, a water pipe exploded? What was that town in Michigan?
Oh, yes.
It happened on the same day she was supposed to come to Philadelphia. So the news reports like she canceled her East Coast trip. I don't remember what town it was, but that was the same day. I was supposed to help her do the rounds.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
Was it the pipeline or was it a different event?
It wasn't a pipeline. I'm sorry. It was a water issue.
It was something. I remember
something
I just don't think it was a.
Sorry, I misspoke. I'm not the best.
I'm trying to see what it was. Okay, well, you were saying, so because of that.
So she was already planning ahead is what I mean.
And so she also can't stand Kamala.
Hey guys, I'm so excited to be on Connect. I will answer any questions no matter what it is, whether it be politics, sex, your love life, family issues, whatever it is, I'm here for you. I want to be your friend. I want to talk with you and understand you. So please reach out. I can't wait to hear from you. Thanks so much, guys.
If you enjoyed this video, you want to watch more videos like this, click here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click here.